know why the phoenix sits on the right hand of the emperor? She is his guardian, his protector. That she's both beautiful and strong. Your job is to bring honor to the family. Do you think you can do that?
Hi there, this is Martha, movie reviewer for the Australian Council on Children and the Media. Today I'm just going to let you know what I thought about Disney's new live-action version of Mulan, which was released last Friday. I realise there's been quite a lot of controversy surrounding this film, and although I've read a lot about it, political commentary is not my thing. So I'm just going to stick with what I know. Will your kids like this film, and is it suitable and age-appropriate for them? To watch this new Mulan, you're going to have to subscribe to Disney Plus, and then you are going to have to pay a premium on top of that. It's $34.99 in Australia. Disney decided to do it this way because the original cinema release date back in March didn't happen because of COVID. And it's not quite as expensive as taking your family out to the cinema for a new release, but it's a lot more expensive than your average film rental. Full disclosure, I have never seen the original Disney animation. I know a lot of people really love that film, but I won't be able to compare the two. From what I've read, although they both follow the same storyline, there are quite a few changes and it's a different sort of film. I would say that you should not necessarily assume that because the animation is okay for your child, this new film will be as well. The live action obviously makes things a lot more realistic, and that does have an impact on how your child will cope with it. If you don't know the story, Mulan is the tale of a young woman in ancient China who pretends to be a man so that she can fight in the emperor's army. The emperor has decreed that one man from each family step forward to help them defend themselves against northern invaders. Mulan's aging father is preparing to go himself because he has no sons, but Mulan steals away in the middle of the night with his weapon and his conscription papers to take his place. The story follows her as she trains to be a soldier. Of course, she struggles with maintaining her cover amongst all the men, especially when her incredible talent as a warrior places her in the spotlight. Eventually, though, she must decide whether concealing her identity is the right thing to do. The whole story is loosely based on a traditional Chinese folk tale, and Mulan makes a great feminist hero. This is an epic battle drama with lots of exciting scenes of armies charging around on horseback across vast plains, arrows flying through the air, giant flaming balls being catapulted at the enemies, and some close-up fighting. In case you needed a little more violence, there are some beautifully choreographed martial arts scenes where Mulan shows off her supernaturally good fighting abilities. There's also a mystical element with a beautiful, charismatic, but quite scary witch who can transform into bird form, and an elusive phoenix that rises up by Mulan's side like a spiritual sidekick. There is a lot of violence in this movie, and in many ways, this is the deciding factor in whether you should let your kids watch it. Despite all the battle scenes and fighting scenes, there's not really any blood, guts and gore, and only minimal scenes of death or dead bodies. Many of you might be thinking, great, that means it's okay for my kids, right? Well, actually, there's a fair bit of evidence that when kids are exposed to violence that has no consequence, i.e. no blood, guts and gore, it actually gives them a false impression that violence isn't quite as bad as they think. Perhaps it's not even that dangerous. That's just something to consider when making your decision, and it's also the reason that we recommend that Mulan is not really that suitable for children under 10. Apart from the issue with violence, there are not too many scary moments in this film. And it's targeted really well to appeal to children who will find the story compelling and the drama of battle very exciting. There are also some really strong positive messages about gender identity, and I love that Mulan realises that she is far more powerful being a woman than pretending to be a man. If you'd like a more detailed breakdown of content, you can read the full review on the ACCM website. It will tell you exactly what moments might be too scary or too much for your child, and perhaps prepare you for the kinds of concepts and themes that the movie brings up, so you can discuss it with your kids if they need. Bye for now, and thanks for listening.